Hey there everybody and welcome to Screen Rant. You know, as a group, we Star Wars fans are a hard group to please. Granted, the last couple films had plenty of things that were unexpected and sometimes hard to swallow, but regardless of our feelings on the matter, there's still something special about getting to see Star Wars stuff on screen, right? The Rise of Skywalker went through a ton of changes in its early stages, and had things gone how they were originally planned, the final product would have been very different. Now, the movie included a lot of fan service moments and attempted to address some of the biggest plot holes from the sequels, but it left a ton of others unsolved, and the end result was ultimately a film that tried to do too many things at once and didn't really take enough time to properly develop any of them. But the story wasn't always like that, and it looked very different before J.J. Abrams took over. George Lucas, of course, and Colin Trevorrow had their own ideas for the sequel trilogy, and we can't say if these versions of Star Wars 9 would have been any better than what we got, but there were some interesting ideas in there for sure. So let's take a look at those. I'm Greg Elliott, and here are the reported plots of every unmade version of Star Wars 9. George Lucas's original vision for the sequel trilogy and Episode 9 was to follow Luke's life as a Jedi Knight, rather than focus on a new class of kids like Disney did. Mark Hamill once revealed that George originally planned for Luke to train Leia, which we did get a taste of in The Rise of Skywalker, but only as a flashback, and Luke was also supposed to die in Episode 9, but well, that happened one film earlier, and that's pretty much the closest we ever got to Lucas's original ideas. Back in 2015, Colin Trevorrow was announced as the director of Star Wars 9, but he left the project 2 years later due to, quote, creative differences. But his script for the film, titled Duel of the Fates, has recently leaked online, and well, it's different. In it, the First Order had cut off all communication between planets to suppress the rebellion launched by Luke's sacrifice in The Last Jedi, and Finn and Rose, a much bigger character in this script, head to Coruscant to activate a beacon at the old Jedi Temple so they could rally people to the Resistance's cause. They get captured and Rose is interrogated, but Finn escapes and links up with more defected stormtroopers who then join up with the Resistance and take the First Order down. And the ending has Rose and Finn taking Force-sensitive kids to a remote planet so Rey could train the new generation of Jedi, including the Broom Boy from The Last Jedi. Kylo, not Palpatine, was the main villain of this film, and in this version, he was the one that killed Rey's parents, and the Force ghosts of Luke, Obi-Wan, and Yoda show up to help Rey in her final battle against him. And Palpatine? Well, he's mentioned, but isn't a part of the story at all. Duel of the Fates seems like a much more proper continuation of The Last Jedi rather than one huge retcon of the whole film, but a month before Trevorrow left, Jack Thorne was brought in to rewrite his script, and it sounds kind of like a middle point between what Trevorrow was going to do and what J.J. Abrams did. In it, Rey's mom was Leia's servant and once nanny to Ben Solo, meaning Rey and Ben grew up together and had a siblings-like relationship, but it's unclear why Leia abandoned Rey and Jakku. This story had Kylo trying to bring Rey to the dark side and vice versa, and the ending had a duel between them inside the Solos' home where Kylo was redeemed and he healed Rey's injuries from the fight. There was also a subplot where the First Order was erasing people's memories and reprogramming them, and there were Red Stormtroopers, although they weren't Sith Troopers. Thorne's version was written after Carrie Fisher's death, so Leia did die in this story too, but she did get her own lightsaber. And Palpatine? Nope, wasn't in this version either. The Skywalker saga's over, whether we like it or not, and all these ideas are now just big what-might-have-beens that only exist in our imaginations. We'll definitely let you know if we learn anything else, so keep coming back to Screen Rant to stay in the loop. I'm Greg Elliott, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.